Alright, what's up, boys? We're back. Episode 5.
Yep.
Sorry in advance for the rain. We're trying to do best with the audio.
You can't really control that.
I mean, it's just the elements. You know,
it's weather and stuff.
It's weather and stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever viewed the last episode. We appreciate you. We don't know
Leave
you
a
by
comment next time. Why so shy?
That's what I'm saying. Just comment.
Talk to us.
We don't know you on a name-to-name basis like Lester, and you saw the respect Lester got in that episode.
Shout out Lester.
Shout out Lester one time. See, like, whoever's doing this, you can get the respect that Lester got.
Yeah.
You could be the next Lester.
Yeah, just leave a comment. We'll have a nice little convo.
Or just subscribe.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Turn notifications on. We have daily content.
We don't. But
no. We're getting there. Once the NFL season picks up, daily content.
There we go.
Alright, so this episode, we're sticking with the NFL. NBA is kind of dead after free agency, so there's really nothing going on. And then who the fuck cares about any other sport besides the NFL, realistically?
And training camp is starting, so,
Training
relevant.
camp is starting. Alright, so first situation, we got the Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So what was, your, instant reaction when you saw, Schefter's tweet and then whatever?
I was disappointed, but not surprised. It was classic NFL,
Okay.
Because really, what it comes down to is they don't want to suspend their big players. That's really what it comes down to.
That's what I was thinking.
Because that really hurts. People will get over this.
Yeah.
But, they won't take a hit in revenue that they might if Tyreek Hill doesn't play,
Well, I don't think they would take a hit in revenue. It's just kind of as you said, when it's a bigger player, it's the circumstances change.
Yeah. The casuals want to see Mahomes and Tyreek Hill hook up for a 75-yard touchdown. That's what they want.
If this was Jeff Driscoll's deported.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
Oh, he's so gone. Oh, he's so gone.
Yeah, so they just look past. The lead investigator recommended he get suspended.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get suspended because they just look past it because it's Tyreek Hill.
If I was an NFL official, I personally would have been okay with an 8-game suspension if I was confident that Tyreek Hill did the crime. Now, obviously, I'm it's innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. Even though that doesn't apply to the NFL. I don't know if you know this, but I read it today. The NFL rules, that doesn't apply.
Right.
For me, that's how I that's kind of how I live. It's I don't just go off an accusation because for example, back in 2016, Patrick King got hit with a rape accusation, and then there was no weight to it. So I don't automatically throw someone in the fire if someone says they did something until they actually did it, and then I throw them in the fire. So for Tyreek, if this was just all smoke, and since he has celebrity status and he's one of the better receivers in the league, and someone's just trying to, suspend him or whatever, and nothing happened, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just tell me how your kid broke his arm.
Yeah.
If he was playing basketball and he fell weird, if he jumped off a trampoline without any net, whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of explain to me, that audio of, your son talking about your dad.
Yeah,
that's just fucked, bro.
Yeah, it's tough. And he that audio where he was, telling his wife or girlfriend or whatever, you should be afraid of me and stuff. That's not good. That doesn't point in a good direction. And I think a great example of how the NFL deals with this sort of thing is you look at today, Jerron Reed, a defensive lineman for the Seahawks, was suspended 6 games for a crime in 2017 that he was not convicted of. He was not found guilty of.
Wait, hold on. Was it a crime or was it PEDs? I thought it was PEDs.
It was not PEDs.
Oh, it was? Oh, that's my bad then. Okay.
It was not PEDs. So he gets suspended for something that he was not, charged with.
Okay. Yeah, that's why
in 2017.
Yeah, okay.
It just boggles my mind.
I would have given him an 8 to 10 gamer, just going off that Kareem Hunt has an 8 gamer because he kicked somebody. And dude, that kick, I'm not condoning kicking women and shit, but dude, it didn't really cause any harm. It's alright, just bring Kareem in the office, be yo, there's cameras everywhere, bro, watch what you're doing, maybe suspend him a game, but 8 games. And then the Chiefs, it's just a bunch of shit. Kareem Hunt now has to remake his image and shit like that. So I just really don't like how there's sort of a double standard. Brady gets suspended for 4 games for deflating footballs, and I think that's part to Kraft and Goodell's relationship wasn't in the best, state at that time. So Goodell was like, all right, we got to stick it to the Krafts. And then this shit happens and nothing.
Yeah, it's all like politics, and like Zeke's suspension was trying to like get him back at Jerry Jones.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so it's like it's just kind of messed up.
And then the Chiefs are working on an extension. It's
that's
dog.
Just hold off a little bit. I mean, it's very possible that he did break his kid's arm, so I don't know about extending this man.
Well, no, for me, it's like, all right, Tyreek Hill's a great player, and I would extend him.
Yeah.
But just let the dust settle. Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's fresh in everyone's mind, bro. Fuck.
It's a little bit too quick.
All right, another NFL situation I kind of want to get our thoughts on. You don't know about it, but it's the Melvin Gordon situation. It's kind of just came to my mind.
Oh, yeah, the Chargers won't extend him.
Yeah, so the news came out today that Chargers won't extend him, so the Chargers are kind of seeing if Melvin Gordon will back up the talk of, holding out.
Yeah, they're calling his bluff pretty much.
Basically. And it's a lot different than the Lev Bell situation. It's the same sort of deal, but Gordon's only leaving, I think, like $5.6 million on the table, while Lev Bell, I think he left towards, like, 15 or something.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Yeah, so Gordon's just trying to get that contract, and, like, if you think about it, if he gets that big deal, 5.6, it will even out in the end.
Yeah.
So it's different than Lev Bell. I mean, I respect what Gordon's doing in trying to get, running backs paid. I just don't think that it's a viable option until the new CBA. If the CBA can change it.
I agree. I don't know how successful it's going to be because, he's kind of in a tough spot now.
I mean, Melvin Gordon's a great player, but he's not that good enough to...
He's replaceable is the thing.
That's what I'm saying, especially in that Chargers offense. He's not like Saquon in New York, where if Saquon's out, you're fucked.
Yeah, you look at last year, I think Melvin Gordon was maybe hurt a couple of games. Austin Eckler came in,
and
had great production.
Justin Jackson
too. So I mean, it's not like you can't be replaced, my guy. So he's kind of in a tough spot in terms of leverage.
I mean, I hope he gets paid, just because I'm kind of like with the players in terms of with the NFL. But
I like what he's doing.
I just don't think it's smart though, because he doesn't really have that much leverage.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting an extension this year.
I would be. I mean, unless it's like team friendly, or he just said, like this was premature. I mean, let me just play out this year, but I
think he ends up playing out the year after not getting an extension.
I don't think he's playing.
You don't think he's playing this year?
I think Melvin Gordon's the type of guy that backs up the talk. He doesn't. I don't know. Like we'll have a lot of fantasy talk probably soon.
Yeah.
But like I'm not drafting him. I can't.
Yeah, I won't either. Yeah.
I mean, there's value everywhere, so maybe, but...
Well, yeah, if he's late enough, then obviously
just a quick fantasy side note, just kind of like a preview. So there's a lot of running backs, right now that there's like a lot of red flags. And here's the thing. If you draft, now Gordon's in the mix, if you draft a Gurley, players like that, and I would even put like a guy like Lev Bell there, right?
Okay.
You gotta get his handcuff. For people that don't know what handcuff means, is basically the backup.
His backup.
You gotta get the backup.
Smart,
so if shit hits the fan and because like when I draft a running back, unless it's like a Saquon or a McCaffrey, usually I'm buying into the offense. So presumably the running back that will get starting carries will get the production you want out of. You get what I'm saying?
Through the offense, through the scheme, maybe it depends.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been starting to do mock drafts because I'm in a money league this year. And fuck me, dude. That third round, oh my god. Third round's a toughie. We'll touch on it later. All right, so
we'll talk about
NFL portion of this episode. We're kind of building our dream, basically our dream team. So
dream core. You
can call it dream core, whatever the fuck. So you got your, your coach that you would pick.
Yeah.
You got your quarterback, and then you got one offensive player and one defensive player. So I love this topic because there's so much difference in opinion because you get the whole field of players. So I guess we just start with coaches. I mean, that seems like the logical thing to do.
Yeah. All right.
You can go first.
All right. So I went with Matt Nagy on the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
I know you disagree with me, but I just feel like what he did within that system in his first year. Keep that in mind. In his first year with Trubisky at the helm, who I don't consider to be a incredible quarterback.
Nah, Trubisky sucks. He sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he managed, Trubisky made a lot of poor throws that year, but he managed to like actually have like a very effective offense on that
he
side.
used
I feel like
Cohen really well.
Yeah. Some of those schemes, basically what I feel like he did really well. He built the scheme around his personality, like putting Taylor Gabriel, like the fast, quick guy, in like positions where like he doesn't have to like body some guy. You know, he's getting him in open space. Yeah. With Tariq Cohen as well, wheel routes and such. I just feel like the way he schemed these games, opposing defenses didn't really have much. It was difficult to counter, is all I'm saying. Okay. And you look at the defensive side of the ball. I don't know how much you can attribute that to him, but obviously the defense. I mean he has incredible personnel on that. Yeah, he has incredible personnel on that side of the field. But I feel like, they were like top 3, top 2 defense last year.
Yeah, so, they had a great. I mean, no, I love Matt Nagy. Like, trust me, I love Matt Nagy. But when it's like when you're like he's top 5 for me in this discussion.
Okay. Yeah.
But when you're doing one coach, it was between 2 guys.
Okay.
So I'm going. You don't even know this. I've kind of had to change I'm going Doug Peterson.
You're going Doug Peterson.
That's who I'm going for. So then we just explain my reasoning, right? So obviously Belichick and Pete Carroll are better coaches, but they're old. Like I feel like Belichick is like he has like 5 years left, and when I'm building this type of team, I want to coach like Belichick.
Yeah.
Who coached for like 20 years. And then Pete Carroll, I just think, while Pete Carroll rebuilt the Seattle defense really well, I feel like he got blessed with Russell Wilson. So we don't know Pete Carroll without a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
The other people that I had in mind besides, obviously, like, I already gave my reasonings for those 2. So I had McVay in mind.
Yeah.
But McVay got, like, fucking pants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, that just gave me a bad vibe. Like, dude, you're supposed to be, like, this basically coaching phenom. And you put up 3 points in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Fuck,
it's tough.
Dude. So, like, I love McVay, and if he has a bounce-back year, I mean, the Rams are still in Super Bowl contention in my mind. So if he has a bounce-back year, maybe even wins the whole damn thing, I'll look like a dumbass here.
Right. I think he's an incredible coach, but I don't know.
I mean, he changed the culture and everything. Like, the Rams were the laughingstock of the league until he got there. But that's Super Bowl, bro. Like, that's why I'm picking Peterson over McVay. I was between those 2.
Yeah.
And Peterson fucking, like, dude, he let that shit fly. And McVay was kind of tense. So when I see that, they both went up against Belichick, and when I see Doug Peterson...
And one team put up 41, and the other one put up 30. Yeah, when I see
Doug Peterson stroll in to the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback and Nick Foles, who isn't bad, but you get what I'm saying, and he runs Philly, that's the coach I want.
Exactly.
Just risk it. And then the other guys I had Nagy in mind, and I had Frank Reich in mind, but just kind of in Kyle Shanahan, but like a lesser extent. Like, they were there, but they weren't under serious consideration.
Okay.
But yeah, I see where you're coming from with Nagy. But dude, like Doug Peterson, bro, like, I mean, dude, the Philly, like, they had so many injuries, and if Alshon Jeffrey catches the ball, they might be in an NFC title game against the Rams. And who the fuck knows what happens there, dude?
Yeah, they did get lucky versus the Bears, but
okay. But I mean, that's just the sport. They got lucky against the Bears, then unlike, you can play that game however you please.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, you want to move on to quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, this should be quick.
Yeah, I mean...
It's Mahomes.
We got Mahomes,
It's Mahomes. He's the best quarterback. He's just fuck, dude.
Combination of age and talent.
And just like...
It's a no-brainer.
So when I'm looking at quarterbacks, right? This is going to be like a big theme for me. I'm looking at their personality.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers. Because I feel
wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers is hesitant to change. While a guy like Brady has changed throughout his career. And I feel like that's why Rodgers has had less success. Obviously, Rodgers has had bad injury history. But, bro, like, fuck, dude. You got to change one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, Rodgers is old. But, and then the other guys in consideration were Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson, but Mahomes is just younger. And then for me, it was Andrew Luck, Wentz, and Watson all in the same range. Just because they all have injury history and they haven't proven it at, like, the higher levels yet.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm looking for a franchise quarterback, obviously I want him to be young, which Mahomes is. And he's got to combine
he has a cannon,
the pocket presence, like being able to read a defense, which he did incredibly well for like so early in his career.
I think that there's some credit needs to go to Andy Reid.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with scheme, but he made a lot of incredible reads.
I just want to he's had a year too, so that helps.
That is true. That is true. I'm not taking away from how he was, like, obviously a ton of people helped him, but, like,
yeah, no,
I think he just has this pocket presence of the way he reads a defense. Combined with his arm talent, I don't see how.
The only thing that scares me about Mahomes, the only thing, is that there's tape now. I know.
Okay, but I mean,
I know. It's
you look at his tape and it doesn't look like there's a lot of weekends.
No, but like we see it a lot in sports. That sophomore slump. It's not like it happens to most players, unless I think Mahomes is different. I'm still gonna pick him, but I thought about Wilson for a little bit, thinking like we know what Russell Wilson brings to the table.
Okay.
Well, Mahomes is better than Russell Wilson today. The only thing I'm concerned about would be he has tape now. That's it.
Okay, fair enough.
And also just the fact that he has Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Damian Williams, and Sammy Watkins with Andy Reid. That helps. It all helps. He's in the perfect situation. While Russell Wilson's never had an O-line. You know, like, there's shit that points to Russell Wilson. I'm still taking Mahomes, though.
Yeah, okay.
But Wilson's fucking close, dude. Wilson's close.
Okay,
if you ask me tomorrow, I might take Wilson.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
That's how close it is. Alright, so now we kind of go to the more... So, just a quick, PSA. For the offense, there's no O-lineman, because that's just not fun.
That's
like, it's
boring.
like, I'm going to go Lane Johnson because his PFF, like, shit like that no one wants to listen to. So we're just going skill positions, which is just running back, receiver, tight end, and then defense is open to everybody.
Yeah.
So let's just go offense. Stick with the theme.
Okay.
Who you got?
I got DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
I got DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Mainly because I feel like he can just... He's just one of the receivers. He's one of maybe the, like, 3 or 4 receivers that can just take over a game.
Yeah, you can change it. Yeah.
And just completely fuel your offense the entire time. And if I'm building a team, I always want a player that I can go to him and I know it's gonna, like, work pretty much most of the time. Because with the wide receiver position, you can, like, unless he's getting, like, double teamed or something, in which case other options will be open.
Yeah, that helps.
I feel like if I take a running back and I run with it, I don't know, maybe my O-line gets blown up on the play or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel safer taking a receiver that I know I can convert. You know, maybe, like, when it's, like, a 3rd and long, I know I can, like, trust this receiver. Okay. You know? Even in red zone, too. Hopkins is, like,
in the red zone,
he has sticky hands. You know, he catches everything. He
has sticky hands. Yikes.
I mean, that's what they are, and they're quite sticky. So
okay, I know. Hopkins, like,
production-wise, I'm going Hopkins. Okay. Even though I don't like Hopkins because he's on the Texans.
Gotta be objective.
Yeah, I gotta go with him.
All right. So I'm between 2 players.
Okay.
So I'm between Saquon.
Yep.
Just for the sole fact that he's young as fuck. There's 0 character. So that could be considered a bad thing, but you get what I'm saying. And, bro, he has all the talent in the world, like, as we saw this year. Yeah. I'm going to gotta change up my pick. I'm not going to go Saquon.
All right.
I'm going to go Odell.
So
that's what I'm going with. So, for those who don't know, I think Odell is probably, like, top 3 in talent in the league. Like, Odell is super fucking talented.
Yeah.
And while you guys heard on the podcast, I'm low on the Browns, right? But Odell's going to have a monster season. Like, Odell's going to have a really good season. Like, he's going to go, I think he's going to break, like, 13, 1400. Like, no, dude, it's going to be a joke. Like, but I feel like Odell, his entire career, it's been fucking Eli Manning. So he hasn't even been put in a good offense. I'm not...
Exactly.
Hopkins is the same. But Hopkins' production went up with Watson, so I think it's going to be the same when Odell gets Mayfield.
Makes sense.
And also, like, Odell just kind of brings, like, this flashiness. So if you're looking at it from, like, a corporate point of view, Odell, he's a brand.
Yeah, dude.
He's a brand.
Yeah, he was saying, he had an interview.
Yeah, the GQ interview?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. He's like, I'm, like, the reason the Giants got so many primetime games. And he's kind of right.
No, he's right, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of right.
Yeah.
People want to see Odell. Because, he's young.
No, I love Odell.
Odell's just a fun guy. He's just a fun guy.
Like, Odell and I are kind of having, like, some relationship issues with him going to Cleveland. But he's still my guy, though.
Dude,
he's still my guy, though. So, but
it's a pause.
the only concern I have with Odell is just his injuries.
Yeah, I agree.
We can't just, like, go past the fact that he has injury prone, but, like, that's not going to deter me from Odell. He hasn't had a serious injury.
Yeah.
So, I'll just kind of talk about the GQ interview. Everyone in the comment section is like, man, bro, why is he talking about that he wants 23,000 yards, but that's so selfish? I'm like, bro, are we fucking serious right now? Like, fuck me, dude. Like, he can't have any goals besides winning?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. You fucking assholes. Like, Jesus Christ. The double standards with people. It's like, oh, bro, it's gotta be all about the win. But, bro, you're on my fantasy team, so we need you. Like, it's just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
God. And, like, I feel like Odell's so driven and he's so focused that, no, he's gonna go off this year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking him in fantasy if I have a back of the first pick. Like, I'm taking him over Julio. I'm taking him over Adams. I'll take Hopkins, but I'm not even take Hopkins just because I love Odell. Like, fuck, dude. Like, he's just such a guy that you can root for. Like, he's like okay. So let's go to defense.
Yeah.
Defense, I mean, so you can go first. I'm still deciding.
I thought this was a pretty easy choice. I'm with Aaron Donald.
Okay.
Just because I've never seen a player so dominant in both the run, pass and running game. He just completely blows up game plans. You know, if I'm a quarterback and I'm dropping back and there's inside pressure, like I can't even step up in the pocket.
Yeah.
In like the first 2 seconds of the snap, like I can't work with that, and that's what Aaron Donald does. Like the sacks he got from that
Donald's
position
a fucking tank,
is unprecedented, and even just trying to run
just like
run the ball in zone schemes. He can just burst through the line. The acceleration, it's just I've never seen someone so talented on the D line.
Okay,
so I just have to go with
I'm taking Aaron Donald too.
Okay,
but it's really close for me. Like I thought about Khalil Mack for a little bit.
I thought about Khalil Mack too.
Just because Khalil Mack is a really good player off the edge. I feel like edge players kind of age better than interior linemen. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but hey. Who knows? Obviously, you got to give guys like Wagner, Kuechly, you got to give those guys a look.
I thought about Wagner.
You got to give...
thought about Jalen for a second.
No, you got to give Ramsey looks. Ramsey's young. He's super talented.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to give looks to kind of lower key players. Like maybe if you really value safeties like Derwin James, I wouldn't... Like, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Jamal Adams, I'm not opposed to you doing that stuff.
Yeah, I'd be cool with Jamal Adams.
But I'm taking Donald just because, as you said, he's just he's just a surefire disruption.
Yeah, every play.
But it's closer for me. Like fuck. It's kind of like the quarterback. It's like if you ask me tomorrow, I might say, yeah, give me Ramsey. I want that corner. Or give me Wagner. I want that linebacker. Or maybe even Deion Jones. Like there's just certain guys where, I mean, defense. It's just a little bit different because realistically, defensive players. It's kind of all about scheme. It's for me. It's not like in the offense, like, all right, Tyreek, go run a drag and we'll just throw it to you and you can run. It's kind of like, we're running a play and you got to stick to your play and then make a play. I don't know. You get what I'm saying, though. I think you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, I'm taking Donald.
Same.
He's the best player in the league on the defensive side of the football. But yeah, that's kind of what we're going with. I feel like it's an interesting discussion. Leave your opinions down below.
Yeah, leave your dream team down below if you want. If you have any other
if you guys want Jesse
thoughts.
Bates, bro, I'll sub to you. Please, Jesse Bates. Don't sleep.
No one's taking Jesse Bates.
Don't sleep, please.
I think he's good, but
Nah, he's not like that, though. Everyone knows he's not like that.
He's not like that. Right, he's good, though.
Alright, so we're segueing into the entertainment part. So, as of recording, it's Monday night. We will talk about the disappointing Chance album when it comes out. It's gotta be disappointing. Like, Chance, bro, I know you're listening.
I'm not saying it's gonna be disappointing. I'm just a little bit concerned.
But it is.
I'm a little bit concerned.
No, but it is, though. You feel me? But it is, though. Like, fuck, dude. Like, see,
I'm just kind of concerned.
It's like, so while I was in Cali, I listened to Acid Drop.
Yeah.
And, it's not like a landslide between that and Coloring Book, but it's just marginally better. And then Coloring Book was like, Coloring Book, it's a good album. It's kind of what you expect from Chance. Some upbeat songs, some low-key songs, that's all I want. And then, since he fucking released that, bro, the four singles he released last year, all fucking trash. Groceries this year, fucking garbage. Like, god damn, bro.
Yeah, I actually kind of disagree with you. I think Acid Rap is only, ever so slightly better than Coloring Book.
Yeah, so I said marginally. Really oh, fuck. Slightly. I meant slightly.
Yeah, slightly better than Coloring Book.
Yeah,
so I thought they were both really good.
But
since then, yeah.
It's just been downhill for Chance.
Yeah, it's been not good.
He can revive himself though. Like,
it's just kind of a vibe, that I'm getting from him.
If he comes back for this album and he does something better than Astrap, I'm gonna be there. You feel me? Like he has an opportunity. Let's just see if he takes it.
I'll listen to it. So you got a chance. You got a.
Is the track list out?
No, not yet.
Because there better be some features, bro. Chance can't hold an album on his own, bro.
I want
at least current Chance. Current Chance.
Yeah, I need some features. Coloring Book had good features, I will say.
Yeah, but Friday, we'll talk about the disappointment that was whatever Chance's album. I don't even know what the fuck it's called.
It's called The Big Week, I believe.
That's a fucking album.
Yeah, which is already an L name.
The Big Week. The fuck does that mean?
Or it might be The Big Day.
Oh,
yeah, it's The Big Day, which is not good. It's already not good from the start.
And then the album art's awful. All right, we're just gonna get off this Chance slander. We'll do it when the album sucks. We'll do it when the album sucks. All right, so kind of going on like the NFL side, we're kind of like a conceptual idea. This is kind of like what the podcast is. So we're gonna give our preferred plot for a TV show.
Yeah, kinda basically, we're gonna pitch a TV show.
Basically, yeah,
that's what we're doing.
You guys listening at home, you're Netflix.
Yeah. So
basically. I mean, do you want to go first? You want me to rattle off some ideas?
Yeah. I kind of went in on this.
All right, go for it.
All right, so basically, mine revolves around. We have the first character introduced, who is Ted Brackens, who is a high-ranking member of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Okay. And we're gonna go with the country of Romania, just because I don't actually know if Romania is like. We're gonna say this is in the future. Romania is undergoing a famine, right? They don't have enough food.
How far in the future?
Not that far. So not that far at all.
We'll say 20
years. Might not
be 20 years.
Yeah, no, less. 10? Let's say 5 years.
5 years.
Romania's undergoing a famine.
So 2024.
Yeah. We're pretty much yeah. Romania's undergoing a famine, and we are allies. We'll just say we're allies with Romania. I don't know. We'll say 5 years from now we're allies with Romania.
Okay.
Now,
sure.
With Romania undergoing a shortage of food, Ted Brackens is sent to Romania to research their land to see if it is viable for some adapted forms of crop that can be grown on less fertile land, which we have developed.
We should go off script, like.
No, dude, I'm just saying. So, we're seeing if it's viable for the new crops we came up with in the last 5 years that can be planted on less fertile land. Now, we're researching their soil with Romanian government officials. Ted, takes some numbers, I don't know, whatever, dips a thermometer in the earth. Yeah, he has some notes.
I don't think that's it.
I don't even know. But he takes some numbers. Okay. And while he's in his hotel room later, he's looking at the numbers and he's like, wait these numbers don't add up.
Wait a darn second.
Wait a darn second. And looking at the numbers, he comes to the only conclusion that Romania has a ton of oil based on the magnitude of the numbers that they don't release, that they don't make it public to other countries that they have a large amount of oil, which powers their country, because they are a very poor country and they need the oil to survive and they can't risk. So basically, hold on, my phone shut off, so my notes just.
That's why we need to go off script, bro.
Bear with me. I forgot it for a second. So Ted tries to hide it, calls back the Department of Agriculture, and leaves an ambiguous message to them saying I made a huge discovery. Tell you more when I research more. He doesn't want to give them fake information. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's not. Ted's a reliable guy. You can't That's how he got to the top. So, but unfortunately, Romanian officials are recording his calls, right?
Because they tapped his phone. They tapped his phone.
Yeah. They tapped his phone at airport customs in the Romania airport.
Fuck?
This is because they were already suspicious that the U.S. had discovered their oil and was confirming it with Ted Brackens because of the U.S.'s want for oil over the past years. So they were already suspicious. Okay. You know what I mean?
Sure, man.
See what I'm doing here? And then while driving out on the field next day, Ted notices that they take a different turn, They don't go to the site that they're doing the research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they take a different turn, and Ted gets a bit nervous. He's taken into the middle of a barren desert, and is shot in the head.
Nice.
So he's shot in the head. Wait, hold on. Do my notes.
Dude, this is...
Dude, I just gotta make sure I'm not missing anything. so he shot in the head as Romanian officials cannot let their oil be known to the world.
Okay.
They bury his body, and ironically, Ted becomes the first fertilizer that helps the land of Romania. He becomes fertilizer for their land to grow. Like,
would you look at that?
Dude, you see what I'm saying?
Would you look at that?
Dude, that was I felt pretty smart when I came up with that. So after the U.S. gets word of his disappearance, they send a team of 4 investigators led by Belinda Hawkins, a young 26-year-old in her first major.
All right.
She's the main character.
Just
She's the main character.
Give me like a vague thing for like. All right, just keep going.
Oh, I went in only. She was only given this job because the U.S. didn't uncover any major discoveries, and they only sent like a team to portray to the media that they were investigating this loss of the high-ranking official Ted Brackens.
Okay.
But, like, they didn't really suspect anything. It was like, I don't even know.
I feel you.
So, with Hawkins... Now, Hawkins is naturally pretty bright and observant. You know, that's just how her character is cast. And so, quickly she realizes something is off about the nature of Ted's disappearance as she questions the people that actually killed him. So, the main like, tension of this TV show is, like, the interactions between the investigation of Melinda Hawkins and her team with the Romanian officials. Like, they're like supposed to be working together when actually the Romanian are, you know, like hiding what they did.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so unfortunately for them, Hawkins eventually figures out the truth for himself when one of the Romanians, this is one of the Romanians of the groups that seems less cold and distant than the others. You know, that's just how they're at a bar, right? And he's drunk, and he lets something slip about, like a hint, you know, like he doesn't say it, like something that doesn't quite add up, and she figures it out.
Okay.
Digging deeper, she figures out what Ted meant in his original message, where he sounded like panicked and stuff, and she successfully sends the information to the U.S. without the Romanians. Like, she lets the U.S. know of the oil plants in Romania without the Romanians realizing that she knows. And that's when season 1 ends. And then we see when it picks up in season 2 with how the U.S. responds and how Melinda Hawkins gets out of the situation there.
Okay. I have a ton of respect for the effort. So I'll just kind of give, a brief overview for those at home that are confused. Basically, this guy finds oil in Romania. He dies.
Yeah. They kill him to hide their oil.
To hide the oil from
the U.S. sends a team of investigators, and she eventually figures it out.
So that's just kind of the vague. Kieran went in depth for you? All right.
I went in. I had to go in,
okay. The only concern I would have is, it just doesn't seem like a long-term show. That's not a bad thing. Okay. I'm just saying, all right, season 2 would kind of be like, whatever, Melinda, whoever her name is, she probably either escapes or gets killed. And then the U.S. maybe goes to war with Romania to try to get the oil, whatever. Yeah. But, all right, so here's mine, okay? So this is kind of, off a current event. Well, current, trend. We'll call it a trend. So I think we touched on this, the Area 51 raid. I think we touched on it. So, basically, right, this is just kind of, the raid's not going to fucking happen. And if it does, I'm going to have restored faith in humanity.
Yeah, because it shows we could fall through with something.
That's what I'm saying. We can band together and get something done. Okay.
I'd be impressed more than anything.
Absolutely. But all right, so we're gonna say that the Area 51 raid happens. Yeah. It happens. And for those that don't know, once you cross whatever boundaries there is, the military can legally kill you. So it's really not that smart. But hey, it's your life, man.
They go in.
So the main character, I don't have a name basis. Fuck off. So the main character.
That's just a lack of effort.
So the main character. So the first episode is kind of he's with a group of friends. Yeah. And they kind of just take the trip to Area 51. So there's a bunch of hype. You get what I'm saying. So it's just kind of gathering up their materials, saying goodbye to their families, shit like that. So that's episode 1. Yeah. Episode 2, it opens with they're running. Yeah. Obviously. So we're going to say, I'll give 200,000 people show up. Just for the show. It's not going to happen. Okay. So we're going to say, him and his group of friends, they get further than a lot of other people because they kind of did some research. So they're wearing, bulletproof vests, shit like that. They came prepared. Yeah. So we're going to say that the main character, he loses all of his friends. And he loses his phone. Okay? He loses everything, basically. Okay. But he gets in.
Okay.
He gets into Area 51. He sneaks in like a back door that's not covered. You know, you can picture the scene in your head.
Okay, yeah, like everyone's getting like gunned down or something.
Yeah, I mean everyone's like, getting shot basically.
He manages to slip through.
Yeah. Maybe like.
And he's in.
Okay, and he sacrifices his friend. By the way, that's how he gets him.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they're like hiding behind a rock. He pushes his friend out. They shoot him. He goes.
Yo, that's
Bang.
cold.
Bang.
Dude, that's cold.
That's
this
how
guy
we're starting. That's how we're starting.
Doesn't even care. Wow. Alright.
No, dude. Portions of season 1 towards the end, it's like a flashback. So this guy, I'll give you the flashback right now. This guy's like, he's been invested in like alien conspiracy theories, what's in Area 51. So, like, you know, he's kind of treating it in episode 1 as kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a joke and he just kind of wants to see what happens. But like deep down, this is what he wants to do. Like it's kind of like his life goal to find. Like okay. So
and it's like to his friends, it's not that serious as well, but he is super serious
about
it.
Oh yeah, this is it. This is it for him. This is it. So that's why he sacrifices his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he gets into Area 51. So I'm not gonna like go into detail on what's there, but basically he sees something that he's not supposed to for obvious fucking reasons. Yeah. Whether it's, you know, they're building nuclear weapons or there's actual functioning aliens there. And basically kind of the show goes off the premise of, first off, the world's reaction, because he gets seen going in. There's like footage of him going in, okay? You get what I'm saying? So like it's all over social media. Like there's footage of this guy going in.
Wait, like what he sees or
No. It's like he goes into the door. Like he goes into the building, right?
Yeah.
And basically the US decide to release him. Right? Really? And then the show follows his life. So, it's not like the U.S. release him, like, they have his phone taps. He has to wear a mic at all times, shit like that. So if he says anything, he dies. And the person he tells dies. So it's kind of like an ongoing thing, you know, he gets back to his parents' house, and then like, what happened? And it's like, oh, there's nothing there. You know, he has to fight that inner battle of, since his conscience so wants to know, so now he knows what's in Area 51.
Okay, I like that.
But it's kind of like,
question.
Do you tell? Yeah.
Do we as the viewers see what he sees or no?
Yeah, we know.
Okay, so we know as well.
Yeah. Because as a viewer, it helps you weigh the options.
Okay.
So, I mean, for those that haven't watched How to Get Away with Murder, it's kind of like that. Basically, you get to see what he sees, so then you can make the decision of would you tell.
Right.
So, I don't know the name. I forget. Snowden. It's kind of like that. You know, Snowden's the guy that released that that the U.S. is recording. You know, it can track your search history, shit like that. He came out, and now he's in Russia, and the U.S. want him, and if they get him, he's either going to life in prison or he dies. So it's kind of like that in the sense that this guy has really valuable information that can change everything, and it's kind of like whether or not he tells.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
That's kind of my idea.
I like the premise.
And I feel like it's kind of interesting because who knows? Maybe like the U.S. use them as a you get what I'm saying, basically.
Yeah, honestly, I think our two shows are better than a lot of.
They're better than a lot of shows I've watched, but obviously it's kind of like the way you present it. That's kind of like what it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you present. All right. I mean, we've been rambling. That's kind of all. And I mean, just in a vague, guy gets into Area 51, and he has to keep the information he gets from his peers. That's kind of like the cliff notes or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going into the miscellaneous topic of the day. So this topic is what do you think is the biggest misconception? So it can either be something personal, something that you face on a day-to-day basis, or it can just be something like a bigger picture. You go. Okay, you can go first. I was ramble.
Yeah, so this was just kind of the first thing that came to mind. I was just thinking, like, the image that a lot of people have of, like, the continent of Africa is that it's, like, very, like, it basically everywhere in Africa that's, like, underdeveloped.
Okay.
And people are, like, starving everywhere. Like, that's really not the case for, like, a lot of Africa. Like, you look at cities like Johannesburg, and it's just like a normal city. Like, it's not like
pretty normal.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't have a ton to say on that. I was just saying, like,
I mean, it's a misconception. I get what you're saying.
It's just something that I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize about the continent of Africa. Yeah, that's really it.
All right, so for mine, I have 2 points. Okay?
Okay.
So, this is two different ones. I just came up with one out of the blue.
That's wild.
So I'll go with the first one.
Insane.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions that I see is that talent, this is sports related, that whatever. It relate. I thought of it in sports terms, but it may relate to outside of sports.
Okay. Cool.
But basically, the premise that talent equals success. Now I know it kind of sounds dumb. Like obviously it doesn't, but I see a lot of people like like the top recruits, and whether it's football or basketball, when they don't work out, everyone's fucking shocked. So I feel like the whole recruiting system, while it's needed for the kids to get I don't know, I just feel like it puts the kids in a tough spot. Because, I mean, dude, there's so many talented players that they just can't get their fucking act together. And they didn't even make the league at some point. So I see that as a misconception. And then the one I came up with, from the jump before we recorded, this kind of relates to us because, we're going through the college process and whatever. I'm kind of saying that, like the misconception kind of towards talent is the more prestigious college you go to is kind of like the more successful you will be.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just kind of a misconception because it's like, if a kid applies to his dream school when he gets deferred or whatever, he can kind of be brokenhearted. But I personally think of it as a numbers game. That's kind of what I think of it as. So let's say you want to be, like the next Steve Jobs or whatever. So obviously you have a better chance if you go to Yale or Harvard than like UMass, right? Just a numbers game because Yale and Harvard has a shit ton of connections. The degree has so much weight to it. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it at UMass. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I get what
that's kind of like the misconception I see because I'm not that stressed about college because I just feel like it's just kind of like an endless like hole that you go down and realistically like you really don't have a say in the matter. It's just kind of like, you put your numbers and what you've done forward and then some guy makes a decision and that's it. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah.
But so I just think that I feel like it'll be good if, more kids our age get that in their mind. So it's like, all right, dude, if you don't go to a school that, that's like if you don't go to a really prestigious school, that's not it. It's not over. College is only the beginning of your life. I kind of see that. I
completely agree.
Because it's like, there was this one kid, bro. He studied for 3 months for the SAT.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not that serious, bro. Like, the SAT is important, but fuck, dude, 3 months?
Yeah.
God, bro. Like, that's just kind of my whole thing. Like, there's so much stress on college. There's so much stress. People are so freaked out, and I'm just kind of like, if I don't do well on the SAT, we'll just go test optional. Fuck it, like, there's some really good schools that are test optional. I looked it up today, like, like University of Chicago, they're testing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's just kind of my point, though. Like, for kids our age, like, we shouldn't be this stressed our age. Like, we shouldn't be this stressed, but we have our entire lives to be stressed about shit that actually matters, not like the college you go to. I don't know. That's
Dude, I got a postcard thing from U Chicago, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
It was like, it said the word application, but it put like dashes underneath the CAT, and it was just a bunch of cats on the cover, and that was there.
Is their mascot a cat?
No.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, I kind of liked it though.
Okay. I
was kind of a fan.
I
just thought it was fun. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I just feel like the whole college scam is just kind of like, it's so hard to gauge.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's more about the right fit than...
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, just go, when you visit schools, don't really think as much about the prestige or like what will make your parents happy. Just be like, all right, where do I want to spend my next 4 years?
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll be better off than going to, I don't know, whatever fucking school. And if you really want to be prestigious and you don't have like the accolades in high school, just go to a college for 1 or 2 years and transfer out. You have a better chance of getting into schools if you transfer. Yeah. It's a fact. Like, you have a better chance to get them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my ramble on college for the day. That's kind of it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we gave you guys the content you needed. The content you really deserve, to be fair. Next episode, we'll probably go some deep dives into fantasy. That's going to be a really big topic because it's like, in fantasy, you can cover every topic in fantasy.
Yeah.
It's
Fantasy is huge. You could have a podcast just on fantasy.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Entertainment-wise, as we discussed, when Chance drops his shit, we'll go there. And then, I don't know. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down below. Like, we're kind of struggling to have like daily content for entertainment, because realistically, like, we could talk about TV shows that we watch, but that's not, you know, if you don't watch the TV show, then it's kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. Yeah, so
and then for miscellaneous, I got you guys covered. Don't worry about it.
Of course.
Don't worry about it. All right, that's kind of it. You have any last words?
If anyone goes on to work for like NBC or anything, pitch my idea. I think it'll work.
Pitch mine when the raid happens.
Pitch both.
Pitch both?
Pitch both.
I mean, that just gives you a less of a chance to get it, bro. Because when you put yours up to mine, bro, it's fuck me, dude.
Pitch mine. Just pitch mine. Alright.
I mean, Netflix. I know you're in the comments, bro. Let me know in the details.
Yeah, Netflix. Drop the series, alright?
I got you.
Yeah. Right. DM me.
DM you.
Alright. I think that's it.
Yeah, let's just stop. Fuck me.
Alright. Farewell.